Hello and welcome to my yoga class. Under slightly unusual circumstances this week as I've had to cancel my normal classes. So I thought I'd do a recording for use by my regular students. However, I do understand that there will be some other people watching this, including possibly some beginners. So just a few words before I get started. I'd normally recommend going to a teacher before doing yoga from a video, because only a teacher can tell you if you're making mistakes and you may hurt yourself. So do be very careful if you're a beginner. There's a yoga principle, ahimsa in Sanskrit, which means non-violence or non-harming, and it applies to yoga practice as well as not harming other people. It applies to not harming yourself. And so if you feel any pain when you're in a position, just gently unfurl. You shouldn't feel any pain. You may feel slight discomfort from using muscles you're not used to, but you shouldn't feel any pain, certainly not any sharp pain. So if you do, just very gently unfurl from the position you're in. Also, you'll need a strap. You can use a dressing gown belt or something like that, and a mat. You can use these sort of mats, just a cheap mat, they're perfectly good. So anything like that will do. And also, you may notice that I drink quite a lot, but I'm missing some saliva glands, so my mouth dries out when I speak. Normally I wouldn't recommend drinking a lot during a yoga class, and if you do feel that you have to drink, just have a tiny sip, otherwise you can make yourself feel a bit ill. Now this class, given the times we're in, is intended to help relieve anxiety to some extent, and this is done by using the breath in yoga. So a lot of this class is linking the postures and the movements to the breath, and I really hope that this will prove of some use to some of you out there. Okay, so I'm going to begin the class now by chanting a single Om. Just open the class. Okay, so lie down on your mats in Shavasana, corpse pose. So arms down by your sides, palms upwards, feet about hip width apart, falling gently out to the sides. And come to your breath. So just bring your awareness to your breath. Don't try and change it, just be aware of it. Be aware as it enters your nostrils, goes down the back of your throat, fills your lungs. And then as your lungs empty and it goes back up your throat, back up your nose and out your nostrils. And notice the pauses between the breath, kumbhak as they're called in Sanskrit. So there's one at the end of the in-breath before the out-breath begins, and one at the end of the out-breath before the in-breath begins. And just notice those pauses. Don't try and change them or lengthen them or anything at this stage. Just be aware of them. And now draw your legs together, take your arms up over your head along the floor, have a good long stretch from the tips of your fingers down to the tips of your toes. And then draw your knees into your chest, give them a nice tight squeeze, rock a bit from side to side. And then take your arms out wide at shoulder height. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let your knees fall gently over to the right. Don't worry about how far down they come. Keep your shoulders firmly on the mat if you can. You can turn your head to the left if you like. And just breathe into that position. So on the in-breath, visualise drawing the breath up from the base of the spine up to the crown of the head. And on the out-breath, just release into the pose. Then on an in-breath, draw the knees back up to centre. Out-breath, let them fall gently over to the left again, shoulders firmly on the mat. Head to the right if you like, but don't hurt your neck. Be very gentle. In breath, draw the breath up the spine. Notice the curl of your spine as you do so, the spiral shape. Out breath, just surrender into the pose, just let go. Then on an in-breath, draw your knees back up to centre. And we're going to flow with the breath now, so breathe in. As you breathe out, let the knees fall gently over to the right, shoulders on the mat, head to the left. In-breath, knees back up to centre. Out-breath, knees over to the left, head to the right. In-breath, back up to centre. Out-breath, over to the right. In-breath, back up to centre. Out-breath, over to the left. In-breath, back up to centre. And now just hug your knees into your chest. Take your hands to your knees, take your knees in big circles, just massaging into your back. And change direction. And back to centre. Slide your hands down the outside of your shins, take hold of your feet, draw your knees into your armpits and take your feet flat towards the ceiling. This is Ananda Balasana, a happy baby. So breathe into this pose. In breath, feel the expansion in your body with the in breath. On the out breath, just allow yourself to release into the pose. Feel your back flattening along the mat. And release. So take your feet up towards the ceiling, your hands behind your thighs. Flex the feet, so draw your toes down towards you and just very gently draw your legs towards you here, just very gently. And now take your arms down by your sides with the palms downwards. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press your belly button down to the mat and lower both legs, taking the whole breath to lower them. Don't take the weight to the floor, just touch the floor. In breath, lift the legs back up again. Out breath, press the belly button down to the mat that protects your spine. Lower the legs. In breath, back up towards the ceiling. Now do a few more of these in time with your own breath. Just nice and slowly, there's no hurry. If it gets too much, just draw your knees into your chest, otherwise just do a few more. Remember to press the belly button down to the mat on the out breath. And finish the one you're on, take your time, don't hurry, and draw your knees into your chest. Take one hand to each knee and send the knees away from each other in opposite directions, just opening the hips. And change direction. And back to centre. Now drop your feet down by your buttocks with the big toes pointing in towards each other. So the outsides of your feet are parallel. The arms down by the sides, palms downwards. Now we're going to do Setu Bandhasana, the bridge, and we're going to do it in a flow. So I'm just going to show you what to do here. So if you just want to look before you try this yourselves. So we'll take a breath in. As we breathe out, we'll press the belly button down to the mat again and lift the pelvis. In breath, we'll take the arms up and back over our head. Out breath, as we bring the arms up and forwards, we peel the spine gently down the mat with the tailbone coming down last. Okay, so if you want to join in, outsides of the feet parallel, big toes pointing towards each other. Nice big deep breath in. As you breathe out, press the belly button down to the mat, lift the pelvis. In breath, arms up and back. Out breath, arms come forward as you peel your spine gently down the mat with the tailbone coming down last. Take a breath in. Out breath, press the belly button down to the mat, lift the pelvis, keep drawing the thighs in together. In breath, arms up and back. Out breath, peel the spine down the mat as the arms come forward and down. Take a breath in. Out breath, press the belly button down to the mat, lift the pelvis. In breath, arms up and back. Out breath, peel the spine gently down the mat. And release. Just release there. Let the spine adjust a little. And then draw the knees into the chest again. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take your chin up to your chest and your forehead up towards your knees. In breath, release. Out breath, chin towards your chest, forehead to knees. In breath, release. Out breath, chin to chest. Out breath, release. And now just draw your chin up towards your chest and your forehead up towards your knees and rock up and down the length of your spine. And when you're ready, just see if you can rock up and balance on your sit bones. So bring your shins parallel to the mat, hands behind your thighs. Draw your thighs up towards your chest towards your thighs. Now you can either stay here, it's alright to stay here if that's enough for you, otherwise you can release your hands with the palms facing inwards, and if you like you can straighten your legs. This is Navasana, the boat. So keep lifting, lift the thighs, lift the sternum. Keep the breath nice and steady, don't hold the breath. Nice steady breaths. And release. Now draw your feet in towards you, take your hands, interlock the fingers around the feet and draw your chest through your thighs. So lift the sternum, lift the crown of your head. In breath, lift the knees a little. Out breath, allow them to fall away. Maybe just gently push them a little. In breath, lift. Out breath, down. In breath, lift. Out breath, down. So try and stay nice and upright. Keep drawing the sternum forwards. In breath, lift. Out breath, down. And now just release. Now take your index and middle fingers and take them around your big toes. Okay, so balance on your sit bones. And when you're ready, just see if you can lift up a little. You may not be able to go very far, but see what you can do. So just bring your shins parallel to the mat maybe, and maybe you can just bring a bit of straightness to your legs. So don't worry if not, just go as far as is comfortable. Keep lifting the sternum, keep drawing the thighs towards you. Keep the breath steady. Try and stay up on your sit bones if you can, rather than rolling back on your buttocks. And release. Cross the legs, fold yourselves forward. So draw the sit bone down here, but just walk your hands forward a little, allow your chest to drop. And just breathe into that for a minute or two. And then come over to a kneeling position. Excuse me, I just need a sip of water. Okay, so bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, drop the tailbone, chin to chest. In breath, lift the tailbone, drop the chest, lift the head. Out breath, drop the tailbone, lift the chest, chin to chest. Just carry on with that for a few more, just in time with your own breath. And then come back to a neutral spine. Take your right hand out in front of you, take your left foot back with the foot flexed. Stretch across the diagonal. And lower it down. Take your left hand out in front of you, take your right foot back with the foot flexed. Stretch across the diagonal. And release. Take your right hand out in front of you, take your left foot back with the foot flexed. Bend that leg at the knee, reach back, take hold of the foot or the ankle. On an in-breath, lift the sternum, press the foot into the hand. And release. Take the left hand out in front of you, take the right foot back. Bend the leg at the knee, reach back, take hold of the foot or the ankle. On an in-breath, lift the sternum, press the foot into the hand. And release. So just drop back to a child's pose now, and Balasana. That's knees apart,
Big toes together, forehead to the mat, hands down by your feet. And release into this. This is a very relaxing, releasing pose. If ever anything gets a bit much in a yoga class or you're not feeling very well or something, just drop down to this pose and let your body rest and recover. And then lift yourself back up again. Come back up to kneeling. Take your right foot behind your left foot. Now if you like, you can just kickstand that left leg a little, just move it out to the side, and then when you're ready, raise your right arm, reach for the ceiling there, lift out of that left wrist. Now if that's enough for you, stay there. If you want to go a little bit further, maybe just try raising that leg, raising that right leg. And lower it back down again. Same on the other side. So take the left foot behind the right, kickstand that leg, and on an in-breath, raise your left hand. Reach into the fingertips there. Really reach into the fingertips. And lower it back down again. Breathe in, raise the right hand. Breathe out, thread it through under the left, bring your right ear to the mat. Breathe in, raise the left arm. Breathe out, left hand down, push in, back up to kneeling. Breathe in, raise the left arm. Breathe out, thread it through underneath the right, bring your left ear to the mat. In breath, raise the right arm. Out breath, bring it back down again, back up to kneeling. In breath, raise the right arm. Out breath, thread it through underneath the left, right ear to the mat. In breath, raise the left arm. Out breath, bring it back down, back up to kneeling. In breath, raise the left hand, thread it through underneath the right, bring your left ear to the mat. In breath, raise the right arm. Out breath, bring it back down, come back up to kneeling, and then come back to child's pose again. Big toes together, knees apart, forehead to the mat, hands down by your feet, and just release into that. Release into Balasana. Take your arms out in front of you. Just feel a gentle stretch on the shoulders. Lift up on your fingertips. And release. Walk your hands over to the right hand side. Just drop your tailbone here. Don't lift the tailbone so you feel a stretch all the way down your left hand side. Walk your hands back to centre and then walk them over to the left. Again, drop the tailbone, feel the stretch down the right side of your body. And back to centre. Take your hands behind you and interlock your fingers. And on an in-breath, raise the arms and roll onto the top of your head. And then just slowly and gently release back down to a child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Hands down by your feet. And just let go there. Make the most of these periods of relaxation in between the poses. Try not to let your mind wander. Just keep your mind on your yoga. And then come back up to kneeling. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And walk your hands just a few inches further forwards. Breathe in. As you breathe out, drop the tailbone a little. And drop your chest down towards the mat. So slightly opposing motions. Your tailbone is moving backwards and your chest is moving down and forwards. Keep strength in your arms here. Don't let your arms collapse. And walk back up to kneeling. Then come down on your tummy. So forehead to the mat. Hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows tucked into the sides. Breathe in, lift your head, lift your chest, come up into the cobra. This is Bhujangasana. Keep the elbows tucked into the sides. Nice big deep breaths into the chest. Press the pelvis into the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Then press into your hands and swing back to a downward facing dog. So here you've got your fingers spread nice and wide. Your heels are moving back and down, but they may not touch the ground. Thighs moving back towards the back wall. Chest moving towards your thighs, pelvis lifting, Check you've got no tension in your head and neck. Perhaps just nod your head from side to side slightly. Press into the base of the thumb, the base of the index finger. Lift out of the wrists. Breathe in, raise the right leg. Breathe out, take that right knee to the right elbow. In breath, send the leg away. Out breath, right knee to left elbow. In breath, send the leg away. And then this time, take your right knee up towards your right wrist crease, the right foot up towards your left, and then walk this back leg away a couple of inches. Come up on your fingertips. So sink into the hips, lift the sternum. And then when you're ready, maybe come down on your forearms. If that's far enough for you, stay there. Otherwise you can go a little bit further if you like. Bring your forehead to the mat. Try and keep your hips level. Try and stop that back foot from siding out to the sides. And then walk your hands back in. Roll onto the inside of that left foot and slide this right foot away to the left. On an in-breath, raise the left arm. Again, reach into those top fingers, lift out of the wrist at the bottom. And then come back down to a downward facing dog again. On an in-breath, raise your left leg. On an out-breath, knee to elbow on the same side. And send it away. Out breath, knee to elbow on the other side. And send it away. And this time you want the knee to the left wrist and the foot coming up towards the right. And then come up on your fingertips, walk this back leg away a couple of inches again. Lift the sternum, sink into the hips. Lift the sternum, sink into the hips. And then if you like, you can come down on your forearms. And if you like, you can come all the way down. Try and keep the hips level, remember. And then walk your hands back in. Roll onto the inside of the back foot. Slide the left foot away to the right. On an in-breath, raise the right arm. Reach into those top fingers. Press into the three limbs that are on the ground. And then bring that hand back down again, back down to a downward facing dog. And then come back to kneeling. Hands underneath your shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, knees underneath the hips. Step forward with the right foot between the hands. Come up on the right thigh. Breathe in, raise the arms. Breathe out, sink into the hips, Anjaneyasana. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up into the high lunge. Take your hands down either side of the front foot. Bring the left hand to the inside of that foot. Take the right hand to the small of your back. On the in-breath, find length in the spine. On the out-breath, twist around towards the right. In-breath, find length. Out-breath, move into the twist. And release back down. Drop the back knee, come back to kneeling. Step forward with the left foot between the hands. Come up on the left thigh. Breathe in, raise the arms. Breathe out, sink into the hips, lift the sternum. In breath, lift the sternum. Out breath, sink into the hips. And then tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, up into the high lunge. Keep the back leg strong. Bring the hands down either side of the front foot. Bring the right hand to the inside of the left foot. Take the left hand to the small of your back. On the in-breath, find length. On the out-breath, twist around towards the left. In-breath, find length. Out-breath, twist around towards the left. And release back down. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. And then, when you're ready, take the right hand to the small of your back. In breath, find length, out breath, twist around towards the right. Press the front arm and front leg together if you like. And release back down. Back to kneeling. Breathe in. As you breathe out, drop the tailbone, lift the chest, chin to chest. In breath, lift the tailbone, drop the chest, lift the head. Just do a few more of those, just loosening up the spine now. And then come back to centre, tuck the toes, lift back up to downward facing dog. And then very slowly and gently just walk your feet up towards your hands and hang in a forward fold. Just release your torso now. The legs are strong, pelvis lifting, your torso and your arms, your head, your neck completely relaxed. If you like, you can cup opposite elbows with opposite hands. Maybe swing a little from side to side, just releasing any last tension in that head, neck, shoulders. And then release your hands, and very slowly and gently, with your head coming up last, uncurl up to standing. So we're going to go round a round of Surya Namaskar, the Sun Salute. If you haven't done this before, concentrate on the movement rather than the breath. The breath will come in time, but it's more important to concentrate on the movement at first. So first of all, stand in Tadasana at the front of your mat, big toes together, outsides of the feet parallel. Activate your calves, your thighs, your glutes. Lift your sternum, roll your shoulders up and back, let your arms hang loosely. Tuck the chin slightly so the crown of the head is parallel with the ceiling. Bring your hands to prayer position. Breathe in and up, look up at the thumbs, pelvis forwards. Breathe out and swallow dive down, leading with the chest. Breathe in, lift up to a flat back. Breathe out, hands flat to the mat, bend your knees if you need to. Breathe in, step back with the right foot. Hold, back with the left foot, strong plank, fingers spread nice and wide. Nice straight line between the crown of your head and the heels. Breathe out, knees down, elbows tucked in, chest and chin to the ground. So you might rock your hips back a little there. In breath, slide forward into the Cobra, Bhujangasana, chest lifting, elbows tucked into the sides. Out breath, downward facing dog. Breathe in, step forward with the right foot between the hands. Breathe out, forward with the left, forward fold. Breathe in, come all the way up, and out, hands to chest. And we'll go straight to the other side. Breathe in and up, look up at the thumbs, pelvis forwards. Breathe out, swallow dive down, leading with the chest. Breathe in, lift up to a flat back. Breathe out, hands flat to the mat, bend your knees if you need to. Breathe in, step back with the left, look up a little, hold, back with the right, nice strong plank. Breathe out, knees down, rock the hips back a bit, tuck the elbows in, chest and chin to the ground, Ashtangasana. Breathe in, slide forward into Bhujangasana, the Cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, step forward with the left foot between the hands. Breathe out, forward with the right, forward fold. Breathe in, come all the way up, and out, hands to chest. Just take a couple of breaths there, close the eyes, stay with your breath, focus on your breath. Okay, so I'm going to do a round with a couple of variations. I'll just show you what they are first of all in case you're not familiar. We'll be doing Virabhadrasana 1, which is this pose, hips facing forwards. And then we're going to go into Virabhadrasana 3, your balance pose, lifting the back leg, arms alongside the ears. Okay, so just so you can picture that when we get there. Come back to Tadasana, big toes pointing together. Crown of the head lifting. Feel that tension as your feet root into the ground and your crown of your head lifts. So this may look like a passive pose, but it's actually quite active. Hands to prayer position. Breathe in and up, look up at the thumbs, pelvis forwards. Breathe out and swallow dive down, leading with the chest. Breathe in, lift up to a flat back. Breathe out, hands flat to the mat, bend your knees if you need to. Breathe in, step back with the right, look up a little, hold back with the left into the plank. Breathe out, knees down, rock the hips back a bit, elbows in, chest and chin to the mat. Breathe in, slide forward into the Cobra. Breathe out, swing back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, step forward with the right foot between the hand and pause. Ground the back foot and in breath swing them forwards and up into Virabhadrasana 1. Now press the back edge of the back foot into the mat. So you may need to just lift that inner thigh a little. Check your hips are parallel with the short edge of the mat. So just perhaps imagine you've got headlights in your hips there to face them forwards. Make sure your knees not overshooting your ankle or wobbling out to the sides. Your gaze is soft and up between the hands. Sink into the hips. Make sure you've got a good bend in that front knee. And then hop the weight forwards into the front foot. Reach for the ceiling. Press that left heel down and just pivot into Virabhadrasana 3. Oops, I bumped into the door. Excuse me. Okay, keep lifting the back leg, flexing the back foot. Arms alongside your ears. Nice flat back. Keep that right leg nice and strong. Keep the left leg strong. Flex the foot. Reach into the heel. And drop back to Virabhadrasana 1. Cartwheel the arms round either side of the front foot. Breathe in. As you breathe out, step forward, forward fold. Breathe in, come all the way up. And out, hands to chest. Just take a few breaths here. Keep the eyes closed. Let the heart rate come down. Let the breathing come back to normal. And we'll go to the other side. So, breathe in and up. Look up at the thumbs, pelvis forwards. Breathe out and swallow, dive down, leading with the chest. Breathe in, lift up to a flat back. Breathe out, hands flat to the mat. Bend your knees if you need to. Breathe in, step back with the left. Hold back with the right. Strong plank. Breathe out, knees down, hips back a little. Chest and chin down while the elbows tuck into the sides. Breathe in, slide forward into Bhujangasana. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, step forward with the left between the hands and pause. Ground the back foot, 35 to 45 degree angle. So adjust your hips to face the front here. And then take your hands behind you a little. On an in-breath, swing them forwards and up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So we're sinking into the hips, pressing into the back edge of the back foot. Don't forget to press into the back edge of the back foot here. Gaze is up between the hands. Pop the weight forward into the front foot. Reach for the ceiling. Press into that right heel. And when you're ready, just pivot. I haven't really got room to do this. Hopefully you have. Okay. Keep lifting that back foot. Flex the foot. Reach into the fingers. The more you can reach into the fingers and press into that back foot, the easier the balance is. And drop back to Virabhadrasana 1. Cartwheel the arms round either side of the front foot. Breathe in. As you breathe out, step forward, forward fold. Breathe in, come all the way up. And out, hands to chest. Just take a few breaths here. Okay. Now we're going to do a balance. So we'll do Vrksasana, the tree. I need to remember to take my glasses off because I can't focus otherwise. Okay. So, bring the weight into your left foot. Visualise that foot rooting deep into the ground as though it's in a solid concrete foundation. Really fix the ground, super glued to the ground. Lift the weight out of the right hand side. And then when you're ready, take that right foot to either the ankle or the calf or the thigh, but not the knee joint. Don't want to put pressure on the knee joint. Keep this knee moving out to the right side. Bring your hands to prayer position. Now find a drishti, find a still unmoving point to focus on, just slightly above your eye line, perhaps somewhere on the wall, maybe on the ceiling. Just a still unmoving point. Focus on that. And when you're ready, just slowly and gently raise your hands, raise your arms, bring your arms alongside your ears, keep moving that right knee out to the side. And focus on your drishti. Keep your breath nice and steady, just focus. Reach for the ceiling with your hands. And gracefully release if you can. Okay, same on the other side. So root your right foot Really visualise those roots going deep into the ground, or a big concrete block just holding you in place. And then take your left foot to the ankle, or the calf, or the thigh. Keep the left knee moving out to the sides, hands to prayer position. Find your drishti. Find that still unmoving point to focus on, preferably just somewhere above your eye line, just to keep your head raised just a little bit. And then when you're ready, raise the arms, bring your arms alongside your ears, reach for the ceiling. Keep that left knee moving out to the sides. Focus on your drishti. And slowly release. Okay, so come to the middle of your mat, hands to prayer position. Breathe in, lift up on your tiptoes. Take a whole out breath just to lower your heels. In breath, lift up on your tiptoes. Whole out breath to lower back down. Now separate your feet, just slightly wider than hip width. Breathe in, lift up on your tiptoes. Breathe out, whole out breath to lower down, but this time come all the way down, keeping the spine nice and upright, coming down into a squat. This is Malasana. So just so you can see, you've got your arms in between your legs here. Your chest is lifting towards your hands coming towards your chest. You may not be able to get down on your heels, don't worry, not everybody's ankles are built the same way. And then just sit in this position just for a little while. Let your mind calm. And release. Now, take your strap and come to a wide-legged position. Take the strap around the left foot. Take the strap in the left hand. Take the right foot and move it into the left thigh. Sit facing forwards. Breathe in, lift the sternum. Breathe out, turn to face over the outstretched leg. Take the strap in both hands. So adjust your buttocks. You want both buttocks on the ground, both shoulders level. Breathe in, lift the sternum. Breathe out, chest towards your toes. Walk your hands down the strap. In breath, lift a little. Out breath, chest towards your toes. Walk your hands down the strap. When you've gone as far as you can, just drop the strap. Let your hands fall wherever they are. Don't have to reach for the feet. And allow your torso to relax over the outstretched leg. Keep that left leg strong. Keep the foot flexed. Push into the heel. But allow your torso to just relax down over that leg. Stay with your breath. On the in-breath, draw the breath up the back of the spine. On the out-breath, just release. Release that right hand, take it up and over behind you. Raise your left hand on an in-breath, lift the pelvis. And release back down. Come back to the wide-legged position, same on the other side. So strap around the right foot, left foot into right thigh, sit facing forwards. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, turn to face over the outstretched leg, take the strap in both hands. Again, adjust yourself if you need to. Breathe in, lift the sternum, breathe out, chest towards your toes, walk your hands down the strap. In breath, lift a little, out breath, chest towards your toes, walk your hands down the strap. When you've gone as far as you can, release the strap, allow yourself to fold forward. Make sure you've got both buttocks on the ground, your shoulders are nice and level, and that right leg is strong. Push into the heel, flex the foot, allow your torso to relax. In breath, draw the breath up the back of the spine. Out breath, release into the forward fold. And release a little. Take your left hand up and over behind you. Raise your right hand on an in breath, lift the pelvis. And release back down. So, come to Dandasana at the front of your mat, facing the wrong way, excuse me. Dandasana at the front of your mat. So hands down by your hips, feet flexed, sternum lifting, this is staff pose, Dandasana.
Lift the crown of your head. And now draw your right foot in towards you. Cross it over past the left thigh. You can either leave the left leg where it is, if that's enough for you, or if you like you can swing it back round. But if you do, make sure you've got both feet and both buttocks on the ground. Otherwise just leave the leg out where it was. Hug this knee in towards you. Take your right hand behind you and just make sure your spine's nice and upright. Breathe in, raise the left arm. Breathe out, cross it over past the right thigh. In breath, lift, out breath, twist around towards the right. With each in breath, lift. With each out breath, just see if there's a bit more room to move into on the twist. Keep the pose dynamic. Stay with the breath. And release. Take your hands around to the left side, just a gentle counter stretch. And release. Now come back to Dandasana, staff pose. Feet flexed, hand down by the hips. Sternum lifting, crown of the head lifting. Draw the left foot in towards you. Cross it over past the right thigh. Either leave the right leg where it is or swing it back round behind you. Again, check you've got both buttocks on the mat, both feet on the mat. Hug this knee in. Take your left hand behind you. Nice upright spine. Breathe in, raise the right arm. Breathe out, cross it over past the left thigh. In breath, lift, out breath, twist around towards the left. Each in breath, lift. Each out breath, move into the twist. Use this hand behind you to keep yourself nice and upright. Think of your spine as being a spiral staircase. It's going straight up around this spiral. And release back to centre. Come back to Dandasana at the front of your mat. Feet flexed, sternum lifting. Breathe in, raise the arms. Breathe out, slowly, gently, just allow yourself to go back into reclining position. We're not finished quite yet, so we're not going into Shavasana quite yet. Now draw your feet up towards your buttocks, big toes pointing inwards, arms down by your sides, palms downwards. Breathe in, as you breathe out, press your belly button down to the mat, lift the pelvis, coming back up into the bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Press into your feet, draw your thighs together. If you like, you can take your hands underneath your body, interlock your fingers, draw your shoulders a little closer together. Keep lifting the pelvis, nice big deep breaths into the chest. Big deep breaths now. And release the hands. And on an out breath, just slowly peel the spine back down the mat. Just allow it to rest there for a breath or two. And then draw the knees into the chest, give them a nice tight squeeze. Rock a bit from side to side. And back to centre, take your arms out wide at shoulder height. Breathe in, as you breathe out, let your knees fall gently over to the right, keeping your shoulders firmly on the mat, turn your head to the left. And release into the twist. On an in-breath, draw your knees back up to centre. Out-breath, let them fall over to the left. Shoulders firmly on the mat, head to the right if you like. In-breath, draw the breath up the spiral of your spine. Out-breath, just surrender into the twist. And then on an in-breath, draw your knees back up to centre, give them a nice tight squeeze. And then send your feet away and come back down into Shavasana for final relaxation. So if you need to put any socks on or anything warmer, now's the time to do it. Otherwise you want your arms down by your sides with the palms facing the ceiling. Feet about hip width apart, falling gently out to the sides. And close your eyes, breathe through your nose. All yoga breathing is through the nose unless otherwise instructed. And just release into the mat now. Imagine the mat is made of sponge and you're sinking deep, deep into the mat. So sink further and further down with each out breath. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs. And now breathe out, emptying your lungs completely. Breathe in again through your nose. And breathe out.
Your deep breathing calms and relaxes you, allows your body to relax and to feel calm. There is nothing you need to be doing right now, and nowhere you need to be, except here, relaxing, enjoying this time for yourself, enjoying this relaxation. You deserve this time and need this time to function at your best. This time of relaxation will allow you to be as calm and healthy as possible. This is a productive, healthy time. As you continue to breathe slowly and comfortably, turn your attention to your body. Notice how you are feeling physically. Without trying to change anything, simply become aware of the sensations in your body. All you need to do right now is observe. However you are feeling right now is okay. None of your physical sensations are cause for concern, though some of them may be unpleasant because they are signs of built-up stress. Just notice how you are feeling, noticing any signs of stress and tension you may have without trying to change anything right now. Scan your body, beginning at the top of your head and moving downward. Turn your attention to your head. Observe. Moving your attention downward to the level of your eyes, nose, chin, down to your shoulders, noticing each area, observing how your body feels. Keep scanning, gradually moving down your body. How does your upper body feel? Take note of any areas of tension. Nearing the centre of your body, at the level of your stomach, how is this part of your body feeling? Keep observing your physical state. Continue to scan your body, moving the focus of your attention downwards. Reaching the level of your hips, keep observing and moving your attention down. How does this part of your body feel? Notice any tension without trying to change anything. Reaching the level of your knees, how does this area of your body feel? Keep scanning all the way down to your feet. Take a moment now to scan your whole body, noticing how your body feels as a whole. Where does your body feel the most tense? Focus intently on this one area of tension and imagine the muscles here letting go of their hold, becoming loose, becoming relaxed, letting the tension go. Releasing the tension bit by bit until this area relaxes. Feel the tension softening. Feel the muscles as they loosen, lengthen, warming and relaxing, as if they were melting into relaxation. Notice where your body is the most relaxed. How does this relaxation feel? Imagine that this relaxation is warm and tingly, moving, growing, spreading to other parts of your body. Feel your body becoming more relaxed as the area of relaxation grows. Imagine that you can breathe in relaxation and breathe out any tension in your body. Breathe in relaxation, breathe out tension. Scan your body again. Notice how your body feels now. Focus now on your thoughts. Notice your calm thoughts, enjoying this relaxation. See how you can focus your thinking to a state of complete calm. Now simply allow your mind to drift. You don't need to focus on anything at all. Just relax and rest, enjoying this pleasant state you're
And remember, you can return to this state at any time in your day-to-day life when you're feeling stresses and anxieties. This peaceful state is inside you always. And once you know where it is, there's always a way to return to it. Aum Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saviryan Karavavahai Tejasve Navaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Aum. Allow your breath to deepen, small movements to come to your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs, and the muscles of your face. Take your arms up over your head along the floor, have a good long stretch from the tips of your fingers down to the tips of your toes. And then draw your knees into your chest, give them a nice tight squeeze. Last little rock from side to side, just massaging into your lower back. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your right hand side, staying curled up with your eyes closed, just for a few breaths. And then use your hands and your arms to come up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed if you can. I'm going to chant 3 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can join in if you like, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Breathe in for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.